Toronto Mayor John Tory has announced he will run for a third term in office.
For more on this now, we're joined by Aleem Kanji, principal at Aleem Kanji Associates. Aleem, good to have you here. You know, this is a question we've been wondering effectively since Mayor Tory won his last campaign. He said he was going to be a two-term mayor, but here we go. He's looking to get to number 3. So why don't we just sort of put the odds or get a sense of what you think his chances are of winning a third term at this point?
Well, hey, listen, Nick, let's let the sports analogies begin, right? We got the hat trick, the trifecta, the three-peat now underway. And I guess a bit of a loosely kept secret that Mr. Tory was going to contest re-election. I did tell your viewers, you'll remember, back in October that there would be a good chance of him seeking re-election if his family supported him. And of course, he confirmed that today. There are no term limits on this position, and he will have completed 12 years as Toronto's longest-serving mayor. He's got some catching up to do if Mr. Tory ever wants to catch Hazel McCallum's 36th tenure as mayor. But in all seriousness, I expect this to be his last term if he wins, and the absence of a challenger could propel him to victory in the fall.
All right. Okay. And Aleem, we heard Mayor Tory allude to the fact that this might be his last term. Third time's a charm. But if he does win, or not, I don't want to say if he does win, who are the competition? Who is the competition right now, if there is any?
Yeah, listen, great question in terms of competition. You know, my straw poll of canvassing a number of city councillors will tell you that they would all be foolish to challenge him, and I don't expect any of them to challenge him as mayor. What happens 4 years from now, and who steps up then, whether it's Anna Bailau, Michael Thompson, etc., will be interesting to watch. I think we may see a challenger in terms of the provincial election. You know, elections always create losers, and there will be losers coming out of the June provincial election. We may see someone, perhaps from the NDP, where I expect that party to lose seats in Toronto to the Liberals and Conservatives potentially as well, to step up and perhaps hold the flag and be a candidate. Now, beyond the $2 million that's needed to run for mayor, that person needs to have a good grasp on the issues. Things like affordability, transit, the mental health crisis and issues, the value of public service, crime and safety. These are all things that any aspiring candidate will want to hold on to, and I expect them to be part of Mayor Tory's re-election campaign. Do not expect John Tory to set himself up as a lame duck. There is a lot of work to be done. This is as much about as a rebuild of the city coming out of COVID as it is about his re-election. And expect that to happen in October as he contests this position.
So, Aleem, what do you infer, though, the fact that nobody on City Council, at least at this point, seems at all keen to throw their hat into the ring and run against Mayor John Tory? Is it that they mostly support him or just look at him as a juggernaut? Like, what do you see as the inference behind the fact that 25 other councillors aren't interested in chasing or competing against him?
Well, look, it's a combination of a number of things, Nick. When you look at the recent budget passed just a few weeks ago, he had overwhelming support for that budget. 24-2 was the vote count, which shows his overwhelming popularity. And I even know from the 2 councillors that voted against the budget, they still are in the good books of the mayor. And so I think there's a lack of challenge on council, because I think councillors are wise enough to read the tea leaves and know that testing his position, given his polling numbers, where things are at, his general likability factor. He's just a great guy that, you know, you want to have a beer with, or another beverage for that matter. So I think testing that would be unwise for any city councillor to do. I think it will lead to defeat if they choose to challenge him for the top job.
Right, and I think Aleem, any politician, people can see that he certainly works hard, and trying to overwork him would be a challenge. Okay, Aleem Kanji, principal at Aleem Kanji Associates. Appreciate your analysis today. Thank you.
Thanks, Aleem.
Anytime, guys.